Good morning. This is Bob Sager, and I'm producing this video to give you an understanding and a better understanding on how to get started, what to do in your enterprise, in your one coin, one life enterprise, and a step-by-step process. So I'm going to go for a few minutes. I thought doing a video rather than writing something out would have been better. So you'll have this all the time and you could just refer back to it. There are, listen, I think what we have to first realize is that in this business, there is a system of education. There's a system of education, that needs to be understood to do this business, right? And I'm going to go through some of the basic things. It's an ongoing learning process, but there is a system of education that we all need to learn and understand. So I'm going to go through the simple step-by-steps that need to be taken place to get this business off the ground. And the first thing that it starts with, I believe, any business is this, and that's a mindset. I really believe that in the bottom of my heart, and I say that without fear of contradiction. We get to ask ourselves as human beings certain questions all day long. Most people, unfortunately, ask themselves disempowering questions. My first goal to teach you is to teach you how to ask yourself empowering questions, the right questions. Why am I so grateful to have this opportunity given to me? Why am I so blessed to become filthy rich in my OneCoin enterprise? Why am I so grateful to be able to give this opportunity and share this opportunity with those that I love? And once you understand once you understand the power of the words that I just used, it's game over. Now, I'm going to give you a little gift. And there's a fabulous book that I read not too long ago. Absolutely fabulous. I happen to have it in a PDF copy. And if you would like that book, please send me an email message, private message me on Facebook, and I'd be more than happy to shoot that book to you so you could read it at your convenience. But once you read it, I have to tell you, I believe it's game over, and it's just a fabulous read. So here's my first point. Get this straight. Get this straight. Understand that you are worthy and you are deserving to become filthy rich. And this business can do that for you. That's number one. Let's go to number two. The second thing that you need to do, and this is important, this is part of the system of education, is that you need to build an inventory. And that inventory is comprised of a list. That list of everyone you know. And when I started my enterprise, I think I built a list of 350, 400 people. I'm suggesting that you build a list of a minimum of 200 people. Do not prejudge. Do not say this is for that person. It's not. Don't do that. That's not your responsibility. That is not your responsibility to make a financial decision for someone else. Our responsibility, we are messengers. My responsibility is to bring this to you and to share it with you. That's it. Whether you accept it or not, I did my job. I did my job. But that's my responsibility to you. But the other thing, what you have to realize, excuse me, let me just get this call. Thank you. Okay, it was an 800 number. The other thing that I want you to realize is that we do not need equity in this business. You don't need to put up 30 grand, 40 grand, 100 grand, 25 grand, 10. You don't need that. It's not like a traditional business. And 1 + 1 does not equal 2 in this business. 1 could equal 30. 1 could equal 40, meaning I could bring someone into this business and they could enroll next week 30 people. Well, what happens if you only build a list of 20 and you go through your 20 and all of a sudden, I got no more people? Well, that doesn't work. That's why the equity in our business is in our list. The more the list, the bigger the list is, the more grandiose it is, the better your posture. The better your posture. And I want you to realize that. That is very, very important. So, 2, build a list. Okay? Number 3, step 3, is we now want to approach people with what we have to offer. There are a multitude of ways to do that. I'm going to give you a few examples, but there are a multitude of things to do, okay? And you could choose what works best for you. Here's one. Hey, John, what do you know about cryptocurrency? What? Well, maybe do you know anything about Bitcoin? Yeah, I've heard of it. Do you know the history of Bitcoin? How people prospered from that? Do you know that Bitcoin is estimated to go over $1 million a coin? Well, about 2 years ago came out Bitcoin 2.0, and it is just unbelievable. And what took Bitcoin 8 years to do, they did in a year. I don't know if you're open to a side project, but if you are, I'd like to share something with you. And then you could just, and I'll go to step 2 in a second. So what you want to do is you want to strike interest, or something might sound like this. Hey, Cornelius, I'm pretty excited about something that I'm a part of. It's just blowing me away. I'd like to get a cup of coffee and share it with you, or I'd like to chat with you about it. It doesn't matter to me, Cornelius, whether you become a part of this, whether you like it, whether you don't like it, it doesn't matter to me. But I don't want you to come to me in a year, in 2 years, and say, Bob, you're driving a new Bentley. How come you didn't tell me about what you're doing? So just give me the respect. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, we could sit down, have a cup of coffee, or I'd like to send you a video to take a look at, but just take a look at it. Let me know what you think. When you say it like that, it takes all of the pressure off. It takes everything off. It's simple. I don't care if you come in or not. It doesn't matter to me at all. But I just want you to take a look at it. Take a look at this video, okay? Or it might sound something like this. Hey, John, I'm just throwing it out there. Would you be open to a side project if it doesn't interfere with what you currently do? Most people would say sure, because it evokes side project, doesn't interfere. Side project, it means money. And then once John turns around and says sure, then what you could say is this. I'm just curious, why are you saying yes? You want to know why. What is John looking for? Get down to his hot button. Find out what he wants. Well, I could really earn some money. My wife is out of work. I'd really like to, I need 10,000, 20,000 more. My daughter's going to college. And then you could turn around and say, well, John, if you're serious about earning an extra $10,000, $20,000, I could share with you something that could help you do that. If I sent you something to look at, a video, something to listen to, look at, would you take the time to look at it? Wow, that's $1 million stuff. So I just gave you 3 little ways to approach someone, right? So after you strike interest, that's number 3. What I just talked about is striking interest. Then what you want to do is you want to, step 4, show the plan. You want to show the opportunity. And I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to do that. I want you to use a tool. Why do I want you to use a tool? Because it's duplicatable. Well, I could send a video out the way you could send a video out. Whether you're a 1 posture or a 10 posture, we could all send videos out. So step 4 is to share the opportunity in the particular videos that we use. We use a 16-minute video. We have a 5-minute video. We have a sizzle call. We have a number of different videos that we could use, and a sizzle call and so on. And you could just contact the person that invited you to take a look at this, or contact your sponsor and upline, and they could share with you what what they recommend to use. If I happen to be your upline or sponsor, I will share that with you as well. Okay? So now, the follow-up is key. The follow-up is very, very important. What you want to do with the follow-up is 48 hours later. 48 hours later. 48 hours later, what you want to do is just put a phone call into John and just ask John, hey, John, I'm just following through. What did you like best? What struck your interest? What resonated with you? What did you like about it? Never, ever, ever say, did you have time to watch it? Because that evokes a negative response. Don't do that. Always ask, what did you like best? What resonated with you? What got you excited? It evokes a more positive response. And then from there, you've got two options to go to. Pretty simple. Here's what I would do. Because again, we've got a system of protocol here that's phenomenal. Every week we have 10 Zoomcasts around the world. Not only for people in America, for people in Africa, for people in India, for people in Asia, for people all over the place. We've got 10 Zoomcasts. And we want to teach you how to build your business from home, a home-based business. I'm not saying it, listen, it's 10:44. I'm producing this video right now. I'm about to go out and go do a meeting with someone. And I like meeting people. But I drive people to a Zoomcast that I'm a part of with Tom McMurrin and so on and so forth. And in our private Facebook page called the Cryptocurrency Economic Group, you could learn where those Zoomcasts, how to get onto those Zoomcasts and everything. But I would direct your prospect to the Zoomcast. To the Zoomcast. That's the validation. And then after that, if they're still a little leery, then get them on the phone with your sponsor for a 3-way call. You, your sponsor, and the prospect. There's social proof there. Your prospect trusts you, doesn't believe you, but your prospect believes your sponsor. So it's 2 against 1. Very, very powerful. This is a part of our system of education in our business. It's very simple, okay? So let's kind of just recap for a second. I wanted to keep this simple because it's a simple process. 1, I want you to get your head straight. And if you want a copy of that book, let me know, email me, private message me. That's number 1. Number 2, build your list. Don't be casual. The word casual can lead to casualty. Don't be casual in producing your list. Number 3, strike interest. Hey, John, what do you know about cryptocurrency? Hey, John, just throwing it out there. Would you be open to a side project that doesn't interfere with what you currently do? Right? Simple little things. Step 4, shoot them a tool, a video. Step 5, direct them to our Zoomcasts. And then finally, you could do a 3-way call if necessary. Any more than that, I don't think you can do anything except follow up in the future, right? So that follow-up. Don't forget that follow-up in there, right? What did you like best? What excited you? So these are simple little steps. Simple little steps. But if you really get the power of, and I wouldn't say the head thing is a step. I'm just adding it in there. And the list, the real steps is strike interest, show the plan, use a tool, follow up and follow through, direct to a Zoomcast or a 3-way telephone call. Boom, boom, boom. Simple, easy formula, system of education in our business. And lastly is this. I believe in order to make this business work for you, you got to get it in your blood. You got to be involved. Again, I said something previously, and hopefully you'll pick up. Don't be casual. If you're casual about it, you're not going to get anywhere. You want to treat it like a hobby, it'll pay you like a hobby. You want to treat it like a business, it'll pay you like a business. But don't be casual. Be involved. Be involved. I'm not saying that you need to be on 10 Zoomcasts, but be involved in your business. This business is life-changing. And people sometimes have a problem wrapping our responsibility is to share with people what we have here. And the more people, the individual that shows the plan the most will have the highest check. That's it. The individual that shows the plan the most will have the highest check. And also, too, my mind is going. 2, you want to do a minimum of 2 exposures every day. What is an exposure? Hey, Cornelius, I'm just throwing it out there. Would you be open to a side project if it doesn't interfere with what you currently do? Sure. You know, and if I say, and then you're open for me to send you a video. You raised your hand. Do 2 of those a day. 2 per day will bring freedom your way. Because if the company turned to you and said, oh, we'll pay you $500 for every exposure, and you did 2 a day, 1,000 a day, 7,000 a week, you can guarantee you would do that every week. But if you only did 11, the program's over. That's how you have to think. That's how you have to think. You have to get it like that in your brain. Now, 2 a day is easy. You could do it in about 10 minutes. I do 10, sometimes 20 a day. You want to blow this up in 90 days? In 90 days? 90 days. Do 10 a day, 5 days a week for 90 days. Your life will change. Your life will change. Because the biggest challenge that people have when it comes to success is being persistent and consistent. Let's go to number 1. Why am I so persistent and consistent with my business? Why is it easy for me to do 2 exposures a day? Why do I do 10 exposures a day? You see, you're asking yourself good questions, and eventually you will start getting good answers, and the results will come. Make sure you get a hold of that book and read it. So there's so much I could share with you. So much beyond words. But this is a good start. This is a great start to teach you how to lift your business off the ground. And that was key, what I just said. It's easier to build this business quick than it is to build it slow. Building it fast, coming out of the gate strong over the next 90 days, and then sitting back and taking a breather and doing 2 exposures a day will just lift your business like an airplane. The pilot can't keep the throttle down consistently. It's too much, run out of gas. And we can't run hard for 90 days. We'll pass out. But if you could do 10 exposures a day for the first 90 days, I promise you, game changer. Game changer for you. And for those of you that want to run slow, hey, that's okay. Do 2 a day. Just do 2 a day. 2 a day, 2 a day, 2 a day, 2 a day, 2 a day. Do that for a year. You'll then be in the top 1% of the industry. It's not a complicated business. It's a simple business. It's not easy. Why isn't it easy? It's up to you. It's nobody going to call you up in the morning, say, do this. This is your business, especially if you've been employed by somebody. That's why it's not easy. It will test your human character beyond words. Here's what I know. You will grow personally beyond your wildest expectations. You could do this. You could do this, and you could build something extraordinary for you and your family and people around you. Extraordinary, beyond your wildest dreams. I've done it. I know what it's like. And I know what it's like to be free. Freedom. That's what it's all about. I hope you appreciate this. I appreciate you more than you know. Go for greatness. You deserve it.